In the treacherous corridors of the underworld, the name Rafael Caro Quintero rings with an echo of dread and respect. A notorious Mexican drug trafficker, Quintero's reign on the illicit trade has been one of power, brutality, and fear. Today, he stands on the precipice of a fate that could spell the end of his reign: the death penalty in the United States of America. Our story begins in the late 70s, when Quintero co-founded the Guadalajara cartel, marking the birth of one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Mexico. The cartel's operations expanded rapidly, smuggling multi-ton quantities of drugs across the border into the United States and leaving a trail of violence and bloodshed in its wake. The year 1985 marks a turning point in Quintero's life. It was then that he was implicated in the brutal murder of DEA agent Enrique Camarena. This act of violence against a U.S. official sparked one of the most extensive manhunts in the history of the DEA, leading to Quintero's arrest in Costa Rica later that year. However, the wheels of justice turned slowly, and it wasn't until 2001 that Quintero was finally extradited to the United States to face charges for his alleged crimes. For the next 2 decades, he languished in prison, awaiting his day in court. That day has now arrived. A U.S. judge has given prosecutors 90 days to decide whether to seek the death penalty for Quintero. The atmosphere in the courtroom is tense. Heightened security measures have been put in place. The world watches, breath held, as the fate of one of the most notorious drug traffickers hangs in the balance. In summary, Rafael Caro Quintero, once a powerful figure in the Mexican drug trade, now stands at the mercy of the U.S. judicial system. From his rise as a co-founder of the Guadalajara cartel to his current predicament, his journey has been one of power, violence, and ultimately a reckoning. With the possibility of the death penalty looming, the next 90 days will decide whether Quintero's reign ends in a prison cell or on death row. As the countdown begins, one thing is certain: the legacy of Rafael Caro Quintero will continue to cast a long and ominous shadow over the world of organized crime.